Welcome back to BVarsity Live. Zach and Trevor back with you in the California studios. And we got a couple more guys in here, as well as an old dude who used to be a good jumper. That's Kim Jenkins in the middle, man.
He's not good anymore.
How far can you jump now, Kim?
You know, they asked me that. I always
make sure you get right on that mic.
I can at least go 40. I can at least go 40.
He's lying.
Hang with the old guys.
Have you seen him try?
Oh yeah, he's with Masters. He said you're doing 55. He's going 55. He's up there with Christian Taylor and Will Clay. And
hey, you know what? That day that we get Jaden in the suit and you doing long jump, Kim's jumping then too.
Let's do it, man. We got to limber up.
I'm injured, so I can't do it. Sorry, can't do it.
We'll have you shot
You
put
can pass
then.
as a high school student.
Invictus.
Oh,
Invictus.
wait, who could pass at a high school student? Oh, I thought you meant Zach.
Speaking of which, for Jump City, you guys know, you mentioned Christian Taylor. I sat next to Christian Taylor on a plane 2 years ago. On my way back from the pre-classic in Eugene when I was watching Blake run. And I sit down next on a plane, and here's this guy, athletic looking, USA track and field gear. He's got legs as long as my entire body, and I'm going, I know I've seen this guy somewhere before. I can't think of who it is. I can't place a name. And I start talking to him, and it's just like a 45-minute flight from Eugene to Portland. And my name's Christian. I'm Christian. My phone's already off, so I can't look it up. Who is this? I realized with about 10 minutes left back in the flight that it's Christian Taylor, but he's already asleep by this point. So I can't. Anyway, so I put in my phone on Twitter. I'm like, oh, Taylor to jump. Nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. So he followed me for like 5 days before he realized that, I was a nobody and then didn't follow me anymore. But he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Then he unliked.
Yeah. Then he dropped me like a bad habit, right? Anyway, here we've got EMMANUEL Schumaker, right?
Yeah,
Schumaker,
right.
Schumaker, not like the Formula One driver.
No.
From Stockdale here, and FELIX Cooper ADAMO, stranger down in the end. Coop, how are you doing? From BHS.
Well.
And these guys again, sticking with the theme, they're jumpers. Coop, you are ranked 4th in the long jump heading into Saturday. 4th gets you absolutely nothing. You know that.
Well, I want to get 3rd.
Yeah, you got to get 3rd. You got to pass
3rd,
somebody.
2nd, or 1st.
You got to pass somebody. Trip them on the way out the door.
I don't play like that.
And, yeah, no, that's not cool. And EMMANUEL, you are ranked 4th in the triple jump. So again, 4th doesn't get you a whole lot, but you're right there knocking on the door.
Yeah, got to take somebody out.
That's right. That's right. And Dennis is right outside the door. Quincy's right outside the door. It's your perfect opportunity. I'm just saying. No, seriously, it's been a great season
the TV's
for you
on in the
guys.
green room, right?
What's
So
that?
they can hear every word.
I know that. Why do you think I'm saying it? So that they're warned. Okay, so EMMANUEL, starting with you, how has this season been for you? Expectations versus what it actually has been. Has it met your expectations thus far?
I wish I were to peak earlier in the season. I would like to, but I'm glad it's happening right when it's happening.
This is the perfect time.
Yeah, it's perfect time. So I think everything's going well. I think everything's going well right now.
What did Dennis just do?
Trevor,
Dennis
get
is
him.
being Dennis, man.
Yeah, Dennis
We're
is
canceling
crazy.
the last segment.
Dennis didn't want to talk to me last week anyway, and Lawrence took off before he could talk to me. I don't want to talk to those guys. EMMANUEL, what's your PR right now?
45.5.
And how far? What do you think you have in you? I mean, if everything goes right.
47.48.
Okay.
That's right. Strongly believe I'll be.
And if you can get there, we think that's probably a state. Gets you to state. Kim, is he telling the truth?
Absolutely. And I was telling EMMANUEL all year, this is the time. There's 2 M's. There's March and there's May. There's January. There's June. Which do you pick? I mean, if I'm a superstar in January and March, and I don't get it done in May and June, so it's right time. He's absolutely right. I think 47 is very possible. We've talked about a lot of different mechanical situations that he's been working on through the season, and I think he'll hit those numbers.
And Coop, we'll let Coop talk in a minute, but we were kind of like breaking down film.
Do we have
Yeah,
to?
maybe. We were breaking. Just kidding. We were breaking down film. I don't even. Shoot, I couldn't coach the long jump or anything, but you can just tell the way Coop jumps. Everything is just in order, exactly the way it should be. He gets the most out of everything. Technically speaking, like just his technical form, how high is Coop versus some of the guys you've coached?
Pound for pound, he's got to be one of the best. It's funny story about Coop. You know, there's a bunch of pictures out there because his famous father. His famous
His father makes other people famous.
I'm your father. so
He's over there on
he's
the internet
he's
right
a
now, just hanging
freshman.
out.
We've got
Doing work.
Scotty hanging around. Johnny just went off to college. Bryce is hanging out. And there's a picture with all of us standing at the top of the runway. And he said, Coach, you know, when they leave, I'm the man. You know, he's a freshman at that time. And I'm going, yeah, I can see it because he had all the intangibles. He wasn't as big as I would have liked him to be.
How much did he weigh as a freshman? How much did you weigh as a freshman?
Maybe $1.
Soaking wet.
Good 10th.
98 cents.
99
Yeah.
cents. 99 cents. Pretty
Not much
close.
has changed.
But his one of the things that I always stress to the other guys, even though I felt at that point in time they were more mature in the jumps, he had all the physical attributes in terms of the mechanic. His front side mechanic, his run posture, the way he was always on top. He was a little impatient, a lot more patient now. But I could see it coming, and I said, God, if this kid was 15 pounds heavier, 2 inches taller, all of these things, and then I drift back, and I had a 4'11", 40-foot triple jumper female. So, you know, it's like he has it.
But at some point, do you just put all that aside and go, he's just fantastic, regardless how big or small he is?
I was going to say, I think that's the highest compliment you can give somebody is that,
Absolutely.
you know, that they've got it all together. And Coop, with technique and with those sort of things, how much do you work on that, and how much of it just sort of comes to you? I mean, is there a natural part of that, or is it all trained and learned?
I would say that my landing is really just comes more naturally to me, but everything else that everything else in my jump, it's very formulaic and it's been worked on. It's all muscle memory that I've been doing like countless times. But it's definitely my landing that's the more natural part for me.
So having said all that, how has this season gone according to your expectations? I mean, have you not yet met them? Have you blown past them? I mean, where are you at?
Well, it started out junior year when I jumped 21 feet, which was good for me. I was a little insecure about how I was going to jump during this winter, but
Why is that?
well, my sophomore year wasn't my best year, so it was a little bit harder to really get through my junior year. And once that was good for me, I started securing my winter season, and then I started getting more PRs and PRs every meet, and consistently jumping 22 feet in this last spring season. So I think I met a lot of my expectations. Now that I've jumped 23 feet, the next goal is to get 24.
That was fun watching him do it, too.
Yeah.
You guys are both.
Actually, it's been, I take that back. It's been fun watching all of these athletes do what they do.
Yeah,
Because
these are numbers 11 and 12, and we got 3 more
Yeah.
to come. So this has been fantastic.
I want to ask Kim a question before.
ahead, go ahead,
Kim, you're here for a reason. We're all here for a reason. These 15 athletes, all these coaches are here for a reason. That's because it's a very special year, especially in this jumps like we've talked about.
We should say, Trevor, real quick, most people watching this particular show probably know, but Kim is the premier horizontal jumps coach. You work at BHS, but you coach the horizontal jumpers around the city. I think we should just say that first. Go ahead.
Kim, for you, being around with all these guys, and you've seen great jumpers, but this group together, how special is it? Because, I mean, we got 15 kids in here,
Right.
and maybe all 15 go to state in one way, shape, or form. I mean, how special is it for you to see this?
You know, it's like a dream come true, to be honest with you. We've watched it mature to this point, and when you look at this group of kids, Coop and I had this conversation back to junior high. These were the kids coming up, and you go a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, if they hang around, I didn't. To be honest with you, though, I didn't think it would be this special until I think it set in about early March. And when I looked around and looked at the talent that we had, and it was just, it got to be very exciting. In fact, Coop and I talked down at Cerritos at the indoor-outdoor, and he goes, me, this guy, Lawrence. This is who it should be.
And you're talking about Seth from Kingsburg.
No.
It was Michael Mitchell.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
he was
from
at
Southern Cal.
he was at the Winter Championships at the time.
And Coop talked about his junior year. The jump that he's referring to, he jumped over my head. So I don't know why he doesn't want to take that picture.
Who, Dennis? Oh, no, you've
This
done
guy.
it too?
This guy.
You did it too?
Yeah, he didn't do it, but he did it. I was standing beside the pit. He takes off, and I'm watching his heels go over my head, and I'm going, for a little guy, this guy is like Superman.
That's legit.
You know, so
Emmanuel, for you, do you think that you would be jumping as well as you are now without the constant competition that you have from Quincy, from Dennis, from Lawrence, from Coop? I mean,
of course not. No, they push me every meet. And those guys, watching Lawrence go 24-8 and Dennis go 24-1, and then pop a 49 and 47, it makes you want to compete with them, and it raises your level.
Do you get pumped up for them? I mean, I know they're competing against you, and if they pop a 49 or something, you go, well, that's probably not first place for me. But
Hell
I mean,
yeah,
it
you
kinda
get
pumps you
happy.
up too,
Oh,
right?
most definitely. I tell Dennis, go 50 today.
Yeah.
But then a little part inside me is like, I don't want to go 50. don't go 50.
and it's
I need-
Ethan Carter that's running around. I think he's more excited about everybody else than he is for himself, and he's going to
is.
Valley too. But
He is.
I mean, that's the thing is that like on Wednesday it was like you see all these like Jordan Love comes back and he's hanging out by the pits. Chris Barnes is over there hanging out by the pits.
It's weird.
I mean, you've got former jumpers, you got former guys. I mean, everybody's kind of gravitating to those two pits at Liberty over the last month and a half.
Right.
And that's the most fantastic thing is that you're getting people to gravitate over there because of what these kids are doing.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of times there's a lot of people in that area at the track meets there, but they're all facing the finish line of the track. And this year they've started to turn around and look the other way.
It's
now, I think.
fantastic, man.
It is a beautiful thing to watch. You know, we laugh and joke and we talk all the time, but in the early days, we kind of isolated our jumpers. It was very, very, very competitive. And the weird thing for me is to see the camaraderie and the fellowship and everything that's going on over there. And it's just like, okay, well, you know, if you don't get on this thing, you're missing out on all the energy and the excitement that's going on. And so,
Was there a light bulb moment for you, Kim, where you figured, hey, it actually works better when they do work together and push each other?
yeah, absolutely. And it's kind of reminiscent to the hurdles a few years ago when we had like 4 or 5 of the top hurdlers in the valley coming out of our league. It's the same thing with the jumps now. And so it brings that excitement to an event that I absolutely have a great passion and love for. So.
Well, we appreciate you guys joining us. We're going to move on to our last segment here, but Emmanuel Shoemaker, Kim Jenkins, the coach, the man, the myth, and
guru.
And Felix Cooper Adamo there on the end. We appreciate you guys joining us.
Thank you.
for having us.
Thanks a lot. We'll be right back. The last segment on BVarsity Live. You guys coming in are no good at all.
Nope.